Hello, good afternoon and welcome. This is Sunday the 29th of January and it's just after 12 o'clock and it's the Commitment of Traders report, and we'll start off with the Australian dollar. Now, there isn't actually on the graph, you cannot see a very big reason why to go short this pair, but when you actually look at the figures and you see the change in the net positions on the commercials, on the long side, they have taken profit, or they have actually sold 9,467 contracts, but they have bought short 3,098 contracts. So there is a bit of a move towards the short side here. They are actually 2-to-1 short, the commercials of the Australian dollar. So it looks to me like it is starting to hit resistance. I can't see much upside from here, but you know, it's Forex, you can always be wrong. The Chinese, the weekly look at their charts, they are starting to hit resistance, and there will probably be I think a bit of a lull in how well China's doing. They're starting to come into some heavy resistance there, and also there is also heavy resistance on the Australian ordinary share index. That is actually now a little bit overbought, and I expect it to sell off a bit. So all in all, I think for the Australian dollar, we're looking short. I would say almost definitely this week, but the following February, I think it's going to find much lower prices. Next, we're on to the British pound, and as ever, the commercials are basically long the pound. That position has changed slightly. They've lost some of the longs that they got. They've lost 1,647, and they've gained some shorts, 2,500. So they've bought more shorts than longs, but they are still 2-to-1 long. Excuse me. So we see that the USD GBP is a little bit overbought at the moment, and we are in fact short that one. The next one is the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar, yeah, quite a bit of a change in this week. We've lost 2,500 of the longs, and we've gained 5,300 of the shorts. But it's still pretty evenly matched, as you can see from the chart down the bottom here. It's you know, there's not a call on that. Looking at the graph, all I can say is that the commercials appear to be looking short on that. The euro, quite a big change in position on this. The longs have lost 1,000 contracts, just over 1,316, but the shorts have gained 12,994 contracts. So yeah, we see the euro dollar as overbought at the moment, and we believe the commercials are starting to pile up the shorts on it. So we're expecting a small move down on that. And next we have the Japanese yen. Now this is one of my favourites. I think there's a lot of potential on this market. We saw a bit of profit taking this week. There's a correction. The longs lost nearly 12,000 contracts. That's 11,958, and the shorts lost 598. But still, with 3-to-1 long the Japanese yen, and well, that shows in the chart. You can see that in the chart. So Yeah, basically, if you look at the S&P, which correlates quite well with the Japanese yen, you can when the one goes up, the other one goes down. Now, the S&P here, we've had negative divergence on it at the top here. If you look at the RSI and the S&P on a daily chart, the S&P's gone up, but the RSI, the sentiment, has gone down. And you can also see that the commercials are right the other way to the large speculators. So that's usually good for the price to come down a little bit on the S&P. So to still look at a bull market on the S&P, so I've been told, 2,276. That is to be a convincing bull market still. So if the S&P stops up there next week, it's still looking like a bull market. But quite honestly, I think I'm got my money on the Japanese yen short. Here's the yen chart again. Okay, so thank you very much, and we hope to see you next week.